Hi, this is Sarah Birkendine from KC Mobile Vet. Just wanted to touch base with everyone and make sure that everyone has at least thought of, but certainly started heartworm prevention and flea and tick prevention because it's spring, it's beautiful outside, the weather is just absolutely perfect. We've got windows open, we're going in and out of the backyards, front yards, and so with that, we're actually seeing a lot of bugs floating around us. I actually killed a mosquito in my kitchen the other day, and that means that is definitely heartworm season. So heartworms, as you know, are carried by mosquitoes, and basically dogs don't have to come up to one another to get infected. Basically, a mosquito goes and bites an infected dog, gets infected itself, and then flies over to your yard, bites your dog, and now your dog has heartworm disease. So a lot of people I found don't actually know how it's transmitted, but that's basically it. So you don't actually have to come into contact. I've got a lot of people who say, well, my dog doesn't ever see any other dogs, so we don't have to worry about heartworms. Not true at all. So, and, I don't care if dogs stay inside most of the day just to go outside to go to the bathroom. That's enough time to actually get eaten or bitten by a mosquito. So, definitely get your pets on that. Outside cats too, there's no treatment for heartworm disease in the cat, so prevention is all we have for cats. So definitely those outdoor or indoor-outdoor cats should be on heartworm prevention as well. Fleas and ticks, that's that time again too. So if you have any questions about whether or not or what type of product actually your pets should be on, it just depends upon whether or not ticks are a problem. There are definitely separate flea and tick products. There are combined heartworm and flea products. And so if ticks aren't really a problem, then you get to actually choose maybe those combined products, such as Advantage Multi or Trifexis, that are both heartworm and flea and intestinal parasite all in one. But again, if you have any questions, I would love to sit down and talk with you, spend 5 or 10 minutes going over what your lifestyle is, what types of insects your pets may be exposed to, and what product would be the best. There are all sorts of products out there, and they're all equally very, very good. It just depends upon what your preferences are as far as, do you want something that's monthly? Do you want something that lasts a little bit longer? Cost, because there's an array of price differences based on each product. So I'd love to sit down and talk with you if you have any questions, but we definitely want to make sure everyone is getting started on that right now if you haven't already. The other thing too is that I will always recommend annual heartworm testing. And there are a couple different reasons for that, because I get asked this all the time. If my pet's on heartworm prevention year round, why do I have to get my dog heartworm tested every year? And really that's for a couple different reasons. One, if you're anything like me, I can't seem to remember each month, right on the same day every month, to give the heartworm prevention. I know this is what I do for a living. You'd think I'd remember this, but I can't. And so for that reason, if you're a couple days late, there's always that chance that you could get a mosquito bite, or the dog ingests something and gets parasites as a result. And so, it's always important to check a fecal, which tests for intestinal parasites, and a heartworm test, which tests blood for heartworm disease, just to be on the safe side. Because again, unless you're giving it every 28 days on the dot, there's always that chance that we could be open for an infected mosquito to come along. The other reason is that I have actually seen a dog who did get heartworm prevention year-round, once a month, religiously, who did actually test positive for heartworm disease. But because they were on year-round heartworm prevention, they did it every single month, and they got their pet's heartworm medications from us. The company actually paid for that heartworm treatment. So it's kind of like a nice insurance policy, but that's if you're using it year-round. There is a particularly bad strain of heartworm disease. We've seen it as close as Springfield, Missouri, called the junkyard dog strain, and it has come up pretty resistant to a lot of our heartworm preventions out there. Now, we haven't found it here in the Kansas City metro area, but it's pretty close, and so for that reason it's always important to stay on top of things. The other thing is, for the bulk of the people who only use heartworm prevention, from spring, summer to fall, if you start late, if you forgot, for a while to pick it up, then again, we're checking that heartworm test because most of these dogs that get heartworm disease are not symptomatic. They don't show any signs for, a significant early portion of that disease. So it's not like they're coughing, they're not having exercise intolerance, they're not panting excessively, that type of thing. And so no one would know that they have heartworm disease, but you're seeing significant damage to those blood vessels in the lungs from those heartworms in that early part of the disease too. So the earlier we can get in there, the less damage is done, and the better recovery that these animals get. So that's one of the big reasons we'll heartworm test every single year. So lesson, give me a call, email me, reach out to me through Facebook if you have any questions about what product your animals should be on, dogs, cats alike. So, just get them onto something now, because we are definitely seeing all sorts of bugs, fleas, ticks, heartworms, mosquitoes, everything out there now. And just enjoy the spring. As long as you've got your pets covered, then it should be very, very, very nice spring, summer, fall. The other thing too that I wanted to bring up is that every year I get people who say, you know what, I've never had fleas, we've never used flea control for our pets, so I think we're good. Or I spray my yard, we're not gonna get fleas, But every single year I have people that tell me that same thing, and then a month or two later, they come in and said, we should have listened to you. Now we have fleas. And it can take, even with aggressive treatment of those fleas, both in the house and on your pets, it can take upwards of 3 to 4 months to completely get rid of fleas, flea eggs, and all the other life stages of the flea out of your house. And that can be a true pain. So I encourage you, prevention is always, always better than treatment. Even if you think you've never had a problem before, there can always be a problem now or in the future. So again, I urge you, so that your pets don't have to deal with any sort of flea allergies or skin issues. We don't want them to cough or not be able to run and play like they want to because they've got heartworm disease. Please, please, please put your animals on heartworm prevention and flea and tick prevention. And again, if you have questions, give me a call, reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. Hope you have a wonderful spring, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.